What is going on? What is going on? Sports Game Vision is back in the building for a Friday night show, Sports Night, as we call it. SGV Live, Sports Night. We're here every Friday. Make sure as you jump in the building, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Support the channel. Always very much needed, and we appreciate it for people that are joining in now and also on the playback. And we're going to start the banner and we'll get started from here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Sports Game Vision in the building. We got some special people in the house tonight. Besides myself, we got Seven Mitchell,
What's the word? Sports
Laker
community.
man.
You know what it is, man. Shout out to the Sports Game Vision. Hank in the building Friday night.
Yes,
Showtime.
sir.
I already know.
Yes, sir. So let's jump off the topics right away, man. This channel is mainly for NBA, and of course, I like wrestling. I talk about that, but we talk about sports in general. But it's primarily foot basketball focused, NBA focused, and we know what just happened now. The finals is set.
Damn.
Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics, one team that I guessed to get right. I did not guess the other side right, which is the Western Conference. The Dallas Mavericks, I had Boston for a while, but this is a very, very interesting series that's going to go down. Storylines galore. As we look here, we can see the breakdown of the games. It starts next Thursday, June 6th at 8 p.m. on ABC, Disney Channel. I'm sure they're going to have all type of breakdowns and multi-streams going on for everybody. And yeah, man, the storylines is crazy. They say Boston got an easy path and Dallas got a hard path. What do you think about it, Seven?
I mean, when you have been dominant through an 82 game stretch, you deserve some type of leeway. I mean, it's never, you still gonna have to fight for the ultimate prize. But Boston did what they were supposed to do in the regular season, and situations, injuries, and stuff like that happen in the playoffs. But I'm not looking at them like they're less of a team because of their path to the playoffs. They were the number one spot. They didn't. It wasn't no surprise or shock. They did. They did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me remove this here. My fault. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, my fault.
I hear echo though, but
Yeah, got the echo out.
yeah,
Trying to maintain some maintenance behind the scenes, guys. My fault. No, absolutely. I believe Boston is the greatest team. Sorry for this year so far, as far as record wise is concerned. They played the most consistent, staying the number one team on the East side, Eastern Conference for the whole year. And I told you on the show, our shows that basically I had them making it to the finals early on. I kind of bought into them, of course, being disappointed in their play over the last several seasons, but I felt this year was a little bit different with the additions of Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis.
yep. I know one thing: if Boston doesn't win this championship, it's going to be hell to pay.
As you see there, they are favored the first time for the Eastern Conference team since our guy.
I wonder why they're favored though.
Well, they got home court advantage, and they had the best record in the league for the whole year. I think that's mainly the reason they're favored.
But the Dallas guys are playing better in the playoffs when it count the most. Kyrie and Luka's playing better than Jason and Jalen.
I agree. That's why it's tough for me to kind of like, my pick. Well, my pick was really Minnesota, but that was an emotional pick. Before then, it was I pretty much had Boston winning, but the way momentum is going for Dallas and the way they played, They look like the better team.
And they can win on the road.
Yeah, dominantly, as we saw last night. That was a crazy, crazy matchup last night. I thought maybe we get a game 6.
Right.
Nope, they put foot to tail and dominated.
Early. Yeah.
And you see why Stan Van Gundy's saying, they got the most talented backcourt ever because they put on a show last night. Yeah, do you see the other? There's going to be a lot of storylines in this finals. What do you think about this one here? The youngest coach since Bill Russell to make the finals, and of course, Jay Kidd, one is a player in Dallas, was drafted by Dallas. One is a player in Dallas in the second return, and will have a chance to win a championship as a head coach.
I mean, it's dope to see 2 African American coaches in the NBA finals. I can't recall the last time that has happened.
There's another time. They're the second one. I don't know. I can't recall who the first one was.
So it's a good look either way. If Jason Kidd does win it, it definitely solidifies even more greatness for him. And if the Celtics pull this one off, it's a great building block. His cachet definitely, Missoula's cachet goes up tremendously winning a title in Boston. In his second year?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's an offensive-minded coach, and the coach they got rid of is more defensive.
Yep.
So I'm interested. He even said publicly, like on JJ Redick's show, he don't worry about defense like that. So it's going to be interesting to see against a team like Dallas and the way they're playing. All, parts of the engine is working and firing properly. They're going to need a little defense to get past them, or their offense is going to have to go crazy.
Does Boston need Porzingis?
Yes. What is going on, Cole? What's going on? We about to put you on the stream play.
What's the word, Jim?
What's going on, y'all?
Chilling.
So you in for the day?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. What about this storyline here, Cole? Since you jumped in, it's another storyline they're gonna talk about this whole week. The switching of teams.
It's a Kyrie revenge tour, man.
And I forgot Porzingis was with Luka.
Yep.
Wow.
Storyline. And of course, him and Porzingis didn't, from rumors or whatever, they didn't get along well, or Porzingis was unhappy with the offense. And then, of course, Kyrie, him stepping on the lucky man in the middle of the floor and telling him he was going to sign the contract and didn't sign the contract. Sort of like the Cleveland thing, but he did it.
And Boston fans this week was going crazy on Kyrie, so you definitely can expect a level of toxicity in this series from the fan base in Boston. It's going down.
I got another storyline for y'all.
What's that?
So Daniel Gafford is Dallas starting center, right?
Right.
And Porzingis, if he come back, will be their starting center.
Right.
They both played in Washington together.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Wow, you go from purgatory together as teammates to the finals as competitors, guarding each other. Well, that's crazy.
Yep, this is it right here. Let's look at it. We got PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Both of them was in purgatory. Tyler Hero sent a Instagram live or whatever live request said how you go from the worst team to the best team.
Yes.
And PJ Washington went nuts. And I think PJ is actually from Dallas. So this is even a bigger story too. For him to go back home and possibly win a championship.
Right.
This is exactly why though, when I be talking about players and somebody be like, oh, what have they done? And they're on a bad team. I'm like, man, you gotta look at the players sometimes and just chalk it up.
This is going to be a very good finals. I'm not 100% all happy, of course, but for the storylines, for the play, it is going to be a good series. If Minnesota would have advanced, it probably would have been still a good series, but I don't know if it wouldn't have been as much to talk about outside of the game. So for the first game to be about over a week away, right?
Yeah.
June
A little less
6th.
than a week away. We definitely got a couple days to turn it up. The media definitely gonna put Kyrie in position to be vilified. So I can't wait.
Well, while we say that, let's play a clip and we can chop it up. It's about the finals.
And let me tell you something, Wendy. Let me tell you something, Perk. We have seen riveting playoff series and finals, confrontations, and all of this stuff. I'd make a challenge to you. I don't know how much I've looked forward to an NBA Finals as much as I'm looking forward to this one in the last decade. And I know I looked forward to KD and LeBron, but we knew that Golden State he had the Splash Brothers with him. We knew they weren't beating, Cleveland wasn't beating them, but still want to see LeBron and KD. I get all of that. But this finals right here, nobody can definitively say who the hell is going to win. This is really, really a toss-up. It's a pick 'em, right? And I'm thinking about Kyrie and Luka. And I'm thinking about how they bust Minnesota's living you-know-what. And I'm thinking about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Two brothers that just finished averaging 30 in the conference finals, had the best record in basketball all season. And I'm thinking about a first-team All-NBA in Jason Tatum, who's got a lot to prove because there's one thing that we're looking for from him, and that's the ability to close, being in his 5th conference finals and his 2nd NBA finals appearance. And we got a guy in Jaylen Brown who's a $300 million man who, by the way, doesn't even have a sneaker deal, in my understanding. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you think about what Stephen A had to say about that in that small clip?
I thought the first part was cap. I'm not gonna lie. This whole him being excited for this series for the first time in the last decade, that to me that was cap. If you wasn't excited for the KD LeBron situation, you had to be excited for 2016 Golden State coming back 3-1, being 73-9, facing LeBron, and like, come on, man. I don't believe Stephen A on that part. Everything else, pretty interesting coming from Stephen A. Smith though. That was the only thing I had a problem with was the first part.
What you thinking about, Cole?
I think it's a lot. 2021 with the Giannis versus the Suns, that was pretty interesting. You didn't know who was going to win in that series either. And nobody does narrative talk like Stephen A. Smith, bro.
Yeah. Especially for the moment, for the moment, he's the best.
Yeah, he like I said, this series is probably gonna have a lot of storylines. We just broke down just a couple of them already in this short time, and we didn't even touch on this one last part, which I'm sure people are gonna touch on.
Grant Williams.
Wow.
He was just in both of those positions, and now he's out of it. So, like, it's
Wait
so
a minute. So he in Charlotte?
He's in Charlotte now.
Wow.
They traded him to get PJ and Gafford.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he was just on Dallas, and the year before was just on Boston. So
he was just on Boston making an impact.
yeah.
He was just in the finals 2 years ago.
They won purgatory.
Wow.
Because he got into it with Luka, and
Luka said he's a yapper.
Yeah,
he got into it with some other people this year. He giving me Dylan Brooks vibes, kind of, sort of.
Shout out to Zigo Edits. Yo.
Zigo in the building.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, this is going to be an interesting series. And I'm going with the way Dallas is playing. I should say Dallas, but I'm gonna stick with Boston. That was my original pick, but beyond the Minnesota was an emotional pick, but most of the year I was with Boston. So I'm gonna stick with Boston in 6.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mavericks in 6. Boston switches everything for some reason. They're gonna watch Al Horford get cooked for 6 games and not do anything about it.
We just talked about the defense with Mazzulla. He doesn't. Yeah. What about you, 7?
I'm going with Dallas in 7 in Boston. I'm putting hunger over desperation. when I look at the team that Dallas has going into this round, those guys, a lot of those guys you can kind of tell are hungry. I'm not saying Boston guys are not hungry, but Jason Tatum, these guys are playing out of desperation. They know they need to win this thing or their legacy, their body of work will be talked about completely different.
Yeah,
If Luka was to lose this round, this series,
he's fine.
nobody's going to throw no shots at him, So I feel like the hunger of Dallas and with Kyrie, that bad man Kyrie, the way he's played in the playoffs, they can steal a game in Boston. So for that reason alone, I'm edging Dallas, but in 7.
Adding on to his point, like think about the narrative, like the angle that you went to the finals the first time, got smacked by Curry, and just didn't learn nothing.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to show up. They're gonna have to show up, and it's like I've heard them. Everything's about matchups. Maybe with Porzingis coming back, this will create a different matchup problem because we're seeing it happen on with Dallas. It's mainly matchup problems, especially with those additions of PJ and what's his name, the other guy that got traded, Gafford.
Yeah.
They make matchup problems, and they play good tough defense. PJ can shoot the 3. You can let Kyrie and Luka cook, and then they're open. Playing lively in the middle, just getting 100% field goals and playing like a young.
Arguably the best true center in this matchup.
Yeah,
very
so
lively.
It's crazy. What's his name? Zhang?
He's playing for. We talk about hunger. His mother just passed away not too long ago, so he's got something to prove. Drew Holiday for Boston, though. I'm pretty sure he has something to prove. This is going to be a great series.
Yeah. Boston. It was Drew Zigo Edit says if Boston wins is going to be the most boring run to the finals.
I'm 1,000% making a hate video. Oh my god! Every star you went against was injured.
Yeah, but you can't control that, Cole. You just got to handle business.
It's still Mickey. They want to call our bubble ring Mickey.
Yeah,
their ring is Mickey.
If Drew manages to slow down Luka at least a little bit, it could help the Celtics. Yeah,
Luka is bodying him. I'm not gonna lie.
Would you putting Drew on Kyrie?
I don't. Yeah, Drew on Kyrie. Yeah. I don't know about Luka. Luka is like what 6'9",
6'9", like 250.
Yeah. So narrative. I don't have the graph up here, and I meant to put it up here with Luka's stats and all that. If Luka was to win this championship, is he the best player in the league at this point? Even without an MVP.
Are we saying best or greatest?
Best in the league right now.
See, he ain't.
If he wins the championship, he's probably gonna. He just won the conference finals MVP, and he's probably gonna win the finals MVP with the championship. He's already been rookie of the year. He got a bunch of accolades that stacked up right now.
So we're talking about resume. We're not talking about just the game.
Yeah, the game too. Look what the performance he put on.
Anthony Edwards is better than him.
Really?
Playing the game. Well, I don't. Well, see, maybe not.
He
break the game down into different categories. Luka does more. But if I was to see them play 1-on-1, I like Anthony. Maybe you're right, bro. Maybe Luka. I guess you're right. Maybe you're right. They gave it to Jokic. Luka damn sure.
He don't have the MVP, but he would have a conference finals MVP, a finals MVP, and the championship. And he did it at the age of 25.
All-NBAs in 6 years.
And he has moments.
Yeah. Was he the leading scorer this year?
Yes, he was.
The leading scorer this year.
Scoring title. Yeah. Who else you gonna give it to? Like
Giannis hurt. Jokic choked.
Yeah. If he wins it, he is. Are we? See, I don't like the best. Okay, I guess. All right, best. He's the best player in the world. Undisputed.
Jokic better.
Jokic is better still. Legal edits.
That's the argument.
Jokic top 5 in every category.
Top 5 in any category. Now, on the other end, we talked about narrative with Boston. If Jason Tatum goes nuts in this finals, and I mean he puts up amazing finals, 30 plus, over 5 assists, close to 10 rebounds, true shooting good. He wins the conference finals and wins the finals MVP in the championship. Will he get consideration for best player? They may not call him best player in the league, but will he get consideration? More consideration
by the media. That's about it. And it's just because ESPN wants an American. That's all.
Maybe for that agenda. I don't know, man. I feel like, excuse me. I feel like with Jason Tatum, it's going to be different for him, bro. Like if he wins it, people are going to expect him to do it again. Like it's going to be like, okay, yeah, he's a champion, but if he's really good, he's going to have to do it again. Luka could just win this one and we good for now. So I don't know. I really question how people are going to look at Tatum, even if he goes nuts.
He's going to have to, by the way. He's going to have to. He's going to have to play consistent. We just put that up by Zigo Edit. Shout out to you. Yeah, he has to be very consistent in this finals in order for them to win.
Yes.
Can't depend on Al Horford, 40-year-old back to get you through.
Al Horford getting cooked in the pick and roll. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That nigga's getting deep fried in the pick and roll.
Him and I think you can depend on what's his name keep forgetting his name. Cut his hair off.
Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White. You could depend on him, but you can't depend on Horford. He'll give you a game, but that's about it right now. Too old.
Real fake shooting.
But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. We're going to chop it up more on our platform, SGV, Sports Game Vision Code, and of course, Lakerland. But we're going to move forward with the show. Still talking with the NBA. Did you guys see that the draft is coming up?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be Barclays. That's what Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
And it's going to be on the 26th. Going to definitely be looking out. You know, my hometown, looking at what they're going to do. Want to see what the Pistons and the Knicks do, and of course the Lakers.
My
see what they do.
got number 1, so you know.
Oh yeah. Atlanta on top.
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all know. Well, I'll save it.
Yeah, I think you're probably gonna say what I was saying here, but we'll chop it up. With the Lakers having their picks this year, there's been other reports or rumors that maybe Bronny goes other places. What do you think about this? I've talked about this on my Instagram back when I first started the channel.
Oh God.
What do you guys think about that?
No.
Steve Kerr's so bad at developing players. Like,
you don't think that Steph would help him out? Now that was part of my video. I looked at, it was that court side. I think that's part of the picture. They're standing next to each other. They're pretty much the same height, same build. I'm like, if he can pattern his game more like Steph, he might got something. And more athletic, obviously. With the probably play better defense overall, but if he can get the shot going and Steph can help him, it'd be a problem.
If Bronny can shoot like 36, 37, like league average from 3, still put the intensity on defense that he had in college, but obviously this the NBA, so it's gonna be harder. If he could just do that, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think Steph would look out for him out there in Golden State as well, if he did get drafted there. What is your thoughts on it, Seven?
I don't see it. For what reason? Yes, I agree. Steph could definitely help him out, but for what reason? And what are we saying? That Bronny is now going to be the future, and Steph should be getting Bronny in position to take over? Like, that doesn't make sense. I think that Steph has been going through a struggle of not getting the help that he deserved for the last couple years. They really need to max out his opportunities and chances to win a championship now. They don't really have no time to be making him into one of them type of guys. The New Orleans Pelicans, though, they just decided to defer the final Lakers first round draft pick that they had got for Anthony Davis. So the Lakers will officially be picking number 17.
And to touch on it too, that Stephen A. Smith was talking about this. The draft projections for Bronny went up to 55. The Lakers are 54th If they had the 54th draft pick,
Mhm.
so they could pick him up late in the second round.
And we talked about the NBA draft this year. Is it still 2 days? They doing a two-day
I
event
believe
now?
they're doing
I
2
believe
days.
so.
Yeah. So can you imagine day 2 for the first time, being headlined with Bronny being drafted? That's just perfect. That's perfect media talk and work for content creators. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting.
I just
Yeah.
can't.
What's your thoughts on it before we move on from it, Cole? What's your thoughts on
I
it?
just can't. There is too much nepotism going on with my team. JJ Redick makes a podcast with Braun. He's our head coach. They finna waste a draft pick on his son, who's just not ready for the league. Genie Bus won't fire Rob Pelinka. It took them a year and a half to fire Darvin Ham, and the only reason they hired him is because the players told them to. It's too much nepotism going on.
And you got Laker fans who
Why?
won't even show LeBron love because of the love that they have for Kobe.
Like,
It is nothing but nepotism in this organization, from the front office all the way through the fan base.
I just can't.
But that's part of his Zigo. I'm thinking, he's going to need some development. Being around the greatest shooter of all time, if he could really be around him, and Steph shows him love. So if he really show him the training regiments, he could really help him.
He's gonna be playing for the South Bay Warriors. I don't like what, Santa Cruz Warriors. Like,
Yeah, he's G League. He's G League, and if he's a defender, how is Steph going to help him?
Well, Steph's helping him with the offensive side because that's he's going to lock in on defense, but the offense he's going to help him keep in the league.
You think Steph could make Bronny James a better shooter?
Yeah, I do.
probably. He made De'Aaron Fox one, and that nigga could not shoot.
Who, Steph did?
Yes.
I'm gonna post this up here too. He said, "Learn from Poole and Kuzma."
Not too much on Jordan Poole.
Well, Poole did his thing. No,
Poole was nasty.
but then all that stuff happened. Yeah. Yeah. So Zigo put this up here too. A side topic. What do you think about this?
KD come back to Golden State. Do they have the money for that? I don't think either team has the money or the assets for that.
I don't like that idea.
Now, if it happened, I think it'll be cool. But
yeah, I think, was it you or was it BA? I think I want to see KD go to New York for Julius Randle.
But he said he don't want to play. I think him and LeBron said they do not want to play under Dolan for some reason. Like, they do not mess with bro.
Who?
James Dolan.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got all that new management now, so it should be better there. I mean, that's what it seems from the outside now. Less drama.
It look like they're gonna be winners eventually. All they need is a KD, to be honest.
And if you look at the Knicks lore, this whole postseason, you've seen all the Knicks greats coming back to the stadium. That was awesome because he's been beefing with a lot of those guys. So, see, the only one that's missing was Oakley. That's the one that need to come back. But everybody else was showing up.
You better hop on the wave.
Yep. We're gonna move forward here. We're gonna talk a little bit about the fight.
Speaking before we get into this one, the Mike Tyson, was that Logan Paul, Jake Paul? Which one is it?
Right.
Just got postponed.
Yeah, Mike had a event. He went to the hospital a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some also flare up.
Yep. So if he pulls out, I think Ryan Garcia said he'll step in.
A new date will be announced next Friday, June the 7th, according to Bleacher Report.
Yeah. But tomorrow for this another big fight. 2 former world champions, the big Asian Zhang. I can't say his first name. I think it's Zeal. You know how to say it, Cole?
Zul? I don't.
Zul, yeah,
Zul?
Zhang. I know it's Zhang. And then of course we got Deontay Wilder. It's gonna be in Saudi?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he always fights in Saudi.
So yeah, this is gonna be a big fight. Wilder's he's lost 3 out of the last 4 fights. Zhang just came off a big. I watched that match. Was it December? He put on a dominant showing. Shoot, this is gonna be a tough matchup for Wilder, man. But he needs to get back on track. He messed up with the fight with Anthony Joshua because that fight should be happening. What is your thoughts on this fight?
Wilder needs to get it done early. Like, he's just not a great boxer to me. You know, very strong. He has talent, but he's never been a great boxer to me. If he can get the jump out on him early, then, you know, I would favor him. But if this thing goes the distance, he's Mr. Iffy to me.
Zigo AJ would kill him.
Yes, right. This
Like, plainly, he would kill him.
The Wilder, another thing is, like, because he's not great with the boxing skills, he can last in the ring, but I think it's starting to build, take a toll on his body. Remember, he would like knock people out late in the fight because he would hang in there and then he'd catch him and knock him out. So
Now look how winded he was in those Tyson Fury fights towards the end. He was winded too, though.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched him since then.
In that last fight, like, he just got like dog walked.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a stamina thing. Like, he just beat him up. Like,
they said that Fury was giving him boxing tips. So basically, it's another win for Tyson Fury. Or was it Anthony? What was his name?
Who? Wilder's opponent.
The guy that just beat him. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Fury was giving him boxing some tips to beat him
and he beat him like.
Yeah,
I like that.
Like bad.
Yep, and he said AJ should fight Fury. Then Usyk can go to.
He's not gonna fight Usyk again.
No, he gonna have to if he got the belt. If Usyk got the belt, AJ gonna have to fight him.
I don't know if he wants to fight him again.
Yeah. Usyk looked like a monster. Code, you called it too. You said he was gonna knock him out, but remember what I told you? I'm like, man, I think Fury with that size advantage, and he gonna lean on him. He was doing it too. He almost knocked him out in the first 7 rounds, and then he got caught in the 8th.
That man, Usyk head made out of vibranium. I was trying to tell you.
He came back.
I was trying to tell you.
That felt like the when Terrence Crawford came back from spin. What's his name? What's my man's name? He was losing the fight, and they told him, he's like, "You losing the fight," and he came in and knocked him out.
Oh, he just started fighting them. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He just started fighting them.
Yeah. Spence, what's his name? I watch his show too. Braves, Porter.
Sean Porter. Showtime Sean.
Yeah. He was losing the fight, but his dad messed him up. He shouldn't have ended the fight on that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
He should have definitely let him fight. It wasn't like a few seconds left in the round and you ended. It was crazy.
Sean Porter don't give up on himself either. That was crazy.
Yep. We're going to move forward with the show a little bit. This one, I don't know if you're totally into it, but I will bring it up on the show anyway. It still has to do with somewhat combat sports, a little bit of it. Wrestling. They call it amateur wrestling, but I call it just true wrestling, technical wrestling. But yeah, Gable Stevenson, he was just in the WWE and got released. They said he didn't show any improvement, so they made some changes, and now he's going to sign with the Buffalo Bills to play football. That is wild. It's not an easy thing to play football. Ask the Beast, Brock Lesnar, who tried out for the Minnesota Vikings, and we know he can do multiple sports. He's in professional wrestling, technical wrestling, and he was in UFC.
And he got cooked.
He didn't make it. You say what?
And he got cooked.
What, UFC?
No, Brock Lesnar got cooked.
Yeah, it's not easy. So to see him go from the WWE, where he did make it, because you see Brock made it in WWE. Absolutely, Zigo. Brock is a beast. Brock killed it in the WWE before he left and when he came back. Did his thing in USC, but he could not make the NFL. Shows you it's pretty tough to make it. And, I don't know what they offered him, but they want him to try it out and see what he does. What's your thoughts on it?
Shout out to him, man. He literally just won a gold medal in like 2020 Well, really 2021, but COVID.
Right.
But yeah, shout out to him for just keep going. A lot of people like especially in professional sports, they get cut. They just think that's the end of the road. But then to pivot to being a gold medalist, and then to pivot again to being in the NFL, when there's like a 3% chance of being in the NFL. Shout out to bro.
Now I love professional wrestling. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for him not to be able to make it in there when he's got the essential skills as far as in the ring, because the basis of wrestling is off of technical or amateur wrestling. If you watch old matches, they started the matches like that because it's based off of that. And I know it's other things that are involved. Like you got to build your character, you got to build your microphone skills, but it's wild that he couldn't at least get the in-ring work together. They can pair you with a manager if your microphone skills suck or your character isn't all the way there. So, but they were complaining about his in-ring work, which is shocking to me, being the athlete that he is. So to pivot from there to the NFL.
Imagine complaining about somebody in ring work and then they go to the Olympics and like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's different. You know what I mean? It's different. It's a little bit different. But yeah, you got it's crazy that he's booing him. I don't know if you've seen the match where he fought another guy that came from the NFL, Baron Corbin. They got booed out the building. It was crazy. And not too far after that, he was released. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Will it be like a CM Punk situation where he got beat real quick in the UFC? He gets bodied in NFL?
No, CM Punk had no business going to the UFC at 40. But no, I think he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
All right, we're gonna look out for that situation. Shout out to Gable Stevenson. I do want you to succeed, but that's crazy to go from WWE to the NFL, especially after the failure. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We're gonna jump in to another topic. Let me see here. We got our comments here. Where we at? Y'all see y'all? Is it Travis Lay? Y'all talking ball? Yeah, we talking ball too. We talk about all sports game vision. We talk about it all here. All the stuff we like is interesting, but of course, the main topic is basketball. I like wrestling, boxing. I meant to bring the baseball topic up. That's a big topic too. I don't know if you know about it, Code. They merging the Negro League stats into the major leagues. Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I just gotta say this, for anybody that has a problem with it, when they were calling Babe Ruth the best baseball player ever because of federal league stats, you shut up. So you know what you do right now? You shut up again. Yeah. Stay quiet.
Josh Gibson was the home run leader, I think, on both leagues, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't show that when I was looking. I was looking for whether his home runs was going to transfer. I know his on base percentage, hitting percentage, all that's going to transfer. Satchel Paige, remember, he made it to the MLB at 40-something and pitched in the World Series and was a beast. So imagine what he was like in his 20s.
If you a dog, you a dog. That's just how it goes.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, shout out to the Negro League's stats being merged, especially in a time where they were blocking black players from coming into the league. I grew up researching those stats and those teams from the league. Go ahead.
Shout out Nick Wright for going on national TV and standing up for the Negro League as well.
Oh yes.
Shout out Nick Wright.
Oh yes. But that leads me to my other point. The ABA should be merged with the NBA statistics. It's crazy that it's not. I've been saying this forever. Remember, I keep bringing up Dr. J got 3 championships instead of 1. His total stats, he'd have over 30,000 points in the league if they merged it. The ABA at one point in time was better than the NBA. They played each other. They were beating them. A lot of the Hall of Famers are from the ABA.
We sit up here and say the Celtics and the Lakers have 17 championships. A lot of those were pre-merger, right?
Pre-merger.
So if we can count chips pre-merger, you telling me we can't merge the stats?
Merge the stats. It
Y'all
makes
took their
everybody's
3-point line. Y'all took their dunk contest. Y'all took.
the one-on-ones which they need to bring back.
Yeah, they do need to bring it back.
1v1s.
Y'all took the one-on-ones and left them with nothing, basically.
Yes, they need to merge it in. Dr. J's stats is going to go all the way. It makes his GOAT conversation a lot more legitimate, even though I feel like it is anyways. I was alive and I knew as a little kid how popular he really was. People don't remember now because Jordan took over, but Dr. J was Jordan before Jordan took over.
and shout out Rick Barry, bro. Like the Rick Barry disrespect is crazy.
Rick
bro.
Barry.
Come on.
All those guys, all their stats would be so much better. New York would have a few more championships because the Nets would have a couple championships in their because I don't know if they count. I don't think they count it. They'll have a couple championships in their history. That's what we wanted, the New York Nets.
But that's the thing though, like all their stats and stuff, it's on Basketball Reference, but
yeah,
they just don't count it in the record books.
My guy, George Gervin from Detroit. Iceman. All of them were in the NBA. I mean the ABA rather, and they went to the NBA. And of course, you still got teams from the ABA in the NBA. The Denver Nuggets, the San Antonio Spurs, the Indiana Pacers are all ABA teams. So time to merge the stats and bring back the red, white, and blue ball. I noticed what you did, NBA. You're going to take it out the 3-point contest. Trying to be slick. That's their 3-point contest. Put it back in there.
Doggone Sprite ball.
Right, so Sprite ball. Sprite is the other one.
Starry.
Yeah, Starry. It's okay. Keep that at the 4-point line, but the 3-point, the money ball should be red, white, and blue. Yes, sir. That's my rant on that.
Oh my God.
But yeah, as we keep it on the basketball, man. You were here for this. I didn't think you were gonna be here.
I didn't.
Yeah, but we're gonna chop it up. Let's bring in the Twitter section. Yeah, Cole went online on his X account, or people still call it Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. And he says it's very unlikely that Ja will ever be better than Shea, Luke, or Ant. That's a hard truth y'all need to face sooner or later. And with that said, before we talk, we are going to play his content. So let's check this out.
Hey, my brother Hank wanted me to do a quick little spiel about a tweet I made, basically saying that I think Ja Morant will never reach the levels of a Luka or a Shea or an Ant after this playoff run. I just want to remind everyone what Ant did, because I know he'll probably get like clown for the way in which he went out. But Ant went through this playoffs averaging almost 30 points, shooting 48, 40, and I believe 81 from the free throw line. And that's just a level of efficiency and production that I don't think we will ever see from Ja Morant. Not only that, like Ja Morant not being able to shoot at league average is a really big deal just for any player trying to be a superstar. But when you put on the top the fact that he is a small guard that also cannot shoot, that also cannot defend, even at what people would perceive his peak to look like, there's limitations on who he's going to be as a player. Ja Morant will probably never be a good defender in his career. And not everybody learns how to shoot. He'll turn 25 in August, so there still is some time for, like him to develop his game, because even though he's a good playmaker, like he can shift the defense by getting downhill, he's not particularly like a good passer, especially for his position. So that's like one of the main reasons why I think he would just never meet those conversations. Everybody in your top 10, maybe besides Kevin Durant, does at least two things at an elite level. Everybody. This is not like the 2010s or the 2000s where you can just be a great scorer and be in top 10 convos. The price on the superstar has gone up. And Ja is either going to have to adapt his game to where he becomes, I believe he can become a better passer, but shooting and defense, I just don't see it in the cards for him. So unless he does something ridiculous within the next couple of months and takes a crazy leap, I just don't see him ever being in conversations with Shea and Luka, especially, who are in top 5 conversations, and Ant, who has solidified himself as, I believe, a top 10 player after this playoff run, going to the Western Conference Finals at 22 and doing it very efficiently for most of the time.
Yes, sir. I don't know who that was. Who was that? Got a twin?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Cole, too. I don't know.
Cole, too. Yeah, so basically, guys, Cole was supposed to be on the show today. So we had him film in a segment talking about this here. You know, that Ja won't be better than Shea, Luka, or Ant. And I thought that was very interesting. You can see the date that he made it. I was like, oh, that's a nice conversation. And I do agree. I do agree in a sense. It's my argument with him right now is that he has immense God-given talent that, of course he's worked his butt off to do what he's do, but God gave him gifts as well. Being able to run as fast, jump as high, move with the ball like he can, that you can't teach that you just got it or you don't. But with that being said, he puts himself in a lot of harm's way, taking that contact. He keeps getting injured all the time, and he has to find a way to develop some type of floater, jumper that can help him save his body, because at some point the athleticism is going to go. Then what? I think that, I know you said that, it's not a guarantee you can develop a jump shot. And I believe that there's a lot of people that haven't done it, but there's some guys athletically that did do it in the past generation. Derrick Rose got better with his jump shot, especially after he got hurt. The generation before that, Grant Hill did get a better jump shot after he got hurt. And Blake Griffin, another athletic guy who really got better with his jump shot over time. He got better and better. So he needs to take, take sight of those guys and develop, because he's got some tough competition and jump over with Luka and all those other guys. You mentioned Shea and what's his name? Ant. So, yeah.
I'm glad I was able to make it in, because again, I wasn't supposed to be here. But I'm glad I was able to make it in, because that's an angle that I thought of after I recorded it, to where we've seen this song and dance before with athletic guards who get injured. Even in the case of Russell Westbrook, he didn't get injured. He only got injured once in like 2013, but he just didn't develop his game. Because with him, his athleticism didn't go anywhere, so he just didn't have to.
It slowed down a little bit, but not just crazy, not crazy, because visually, visible that it disappeared.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking like, okay, young guard, hyper athletic, knows how to dribble the ball, but that's pretty much like the only like elite level skill they have, like dribbling the ball and being athletic. You look at Ja Morant's rim percentages, they aren't particularly high. You look at his percentages from the floor, they aren't particularly high. He has yet to have a season where he shoots league average from 3. 36%. Has yet to have a season where he shoots league average. So it's just like, I don't understand. Like with Ant, we saw flashes of, he's gonna be able to be like a good shooter. With Luka, we knew he was a difficult shot maker from day one. With Shea, once he got to OKC and they hit that playoffs with Chris Paul, we knew what time it was, right?
Right.
But I just don't see that with Ja. I see a clear ceiling over him. Like the only small guards we've seen being able to break that ceiling since the 3-point boom have been guards that could shoot 3-pointers.
You talking about not developing? You saw as far as the ceiling?
Yeah, like they come out, they have clear flaws in their game,
Yeah.
with one of them being shooting. Like the only guards who have broken the threshold of being like top 10, top 5, outside of maybe Westbrook one year. Even still, that one year he shot 34% on 7 attempts.
Yeah.
You have to know how to shoot. You just have to.
And I feel like I think it's an excuse for guys not getting better at shooting. You got all this time to do it. I think guys just don't work on it like they want to. You could definitely get better.
Yes.
At least decent. The big guy that I think reminds me of Ja, they might be in the same position when the athleticism go. I don't know what's going to happen is Giannis.
Yeah.
Same thing, plays downhill. You know, the athleticism. What's going to happen when it starts going? He's won MVPs off of it, so it's great. But what's going to happen when it's gone? You know, like former big men that lost it: Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Antonio David Robinson. They all formed a jump shot or had one at least in their bag, but some of them developed it as well. Especially Antonio McDyess. He killed a crazy mid-range jump shot. Yeah, and even Sean Kemp, he just got bigger. But his jump shot got crazy after that as well. So he definitely is definitely doable, but he's got to want to do it, and just for the simple purposes of protecting his body and being there for his team through the whole season, to have a shot to make it to the finals and deep playoff runs. But yeah, this is a tough 3 players to try to pass up. He's got some work to do, but I do think with his youth, you know, it'll work for him for the time being.
I think it'll work for him to like a certain extent, like how you're saying. Like, we even beyond him needing to diversify his game to not be injured, you need to diversify your game to win.
Yeah, it's true.
Like straight up, you need to win.
Matchup problems.
Yeah, because what's going to happen? You're gonna call pick and rolls. We're gonna drop. You're gonna bring the ball to the floor. We're gonna drop, and we're gonna make you drive to beat us. And he's not particularly a good passer either. So when you're diving down in the paint with your head down, like it's a win-win for the defense.
Then you got to have enough shooters to help cover you. You know,
like come on, man.
Yeah, thought that was interesting. Guys in the comment section, let us know you think that Ja Morant will be better than these 3: Shea Gildress, Alexander, Luka Doncic, or Anthony Edwards.
And who won't be better than Tatum either, by the way.
Or Jalen Brunson.
Or Jalen Brunson.
Or D my guy.
Or D Mitch. Or D Book.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know about D Book though. D Book got some work to do. He got some work to do. I'm a little disappointed in his playoff rounds.
I think still though, like D Book is like probably always gonna be a better scorer than him.
Yeah, because he can shoot.
Like he just is. I don't.
Yep. Well, we got one more topic for you guys. It's still in the basketball topic. I'm gonna play this small clip and we're gonna come back over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider trading Rudy after this year?
No.
Huh? You keep it like this?
Shit, with the way Nas Reed playing, you trade Cat.
You trade Cat
And get another big piece. Hell yeah.
You trade Cat before you trade Rudy?
Yes, the way Nas Reed playing?
Nah.
Yes, bro.
I'm trading Rudy before I'm trading Cat.
No, I'm trading Cat.
Trading Cat?
You can get something for Cat. You ain't finna get another full-time defense.
I don't know what you can get. I may only need a bag of chips. I may not need too much. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
You getting rid of Cat here?
I never in my life thought I would agree with Steven Jackson on a basketball related tape. Especially against Kevin Garnett. Yes, you trade Cat. No, you do not trade Rudy. I don't think you trade either. But if you had to
Yeah,
pick one, you
that's
trade
what I'm
Cat.
saying. That's what I'm saying. The way they shot me this year and the way they played, just this conference finals, they, of course, especially with Ant and Cat, didn't really show up the way they needed to.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe just make some tweaks to the lineup.
They need offensive help. They need somebody off the bench besides Nas Reed. They need a well, let me be more specific. They need a guard that can score.
Malik Monk.
Like Malik Monk, Dad would have helped them so much in this playoff. Now I'm not even joking.
Or what
Like
about he's still locked in? Was he Bruce Brown?
Bruce Brown, because his jump shot's kind of iffy. I want to say
You got to trade for him though.
you do. Like a Malik Monk, a Lonnie Walker.
Yes, I think
Like somebody.
trade for him too. You got to trade for him. I'm not sure if he's a free agent.
I don't know. I think Brooklyn gave him a 1 year or something like that. They
So
probably
yeah,
gave him a
Lonnie be
perfect-
nice.
Yeah, like a Lonnie. Cause you like it's apparent no matter what lineup you are there, y'all playing defense. It just is what it is. But when you cannot score, when you cannot put the ball in the basket, we have a big man that needs to be spoon fed, which is fine. Cause we see what Luka's doing with Gafford and Lively.
Right.
You just need a guard that would be able to help him out. And on top of that, Ant just got to be a better player.
Cat too. Cat can't.
Cat
can't
just got to
have-
be a better player as well.
You can't have donuts in the conference finals or just looking bad. You gotta show up every game because he's the vet too.
Yeah,
I know. Cat Ant is the leader, but Cat is the vet.
Yeah, like he's the second best offensive player on the team. Like you have to show up. You have to.
Both of them, and this would have been a different series had both of them been showing out too.
Yeah.
I think it would have went 6 or 7.
Man, when Luka want to send you home, you going home. You're going home in spectacular fashion.
They look awesome, man. Like I say, I'm picking Boston, but I'm iffy on that because they looked really good. They look like the best. What they say, the most talented backcourt of all time. They look like it.
Bro, I'm telling you, if there's any team that could go 0 for 27 like the 2018 Rockets did, is Boston. They don't do nothing but shoot threes, bro. This is why I just can't. I can't.
They're gonna have to make adjustments, but I'm going with them because really on what I picked earlier this year, and then also narrative wise, Jason and Jalen have to win this championship. They have to win it. All these conference finals, it's your second championship. They got to win this championship.
No, Hank. No, Hank. He's only 26, Hank. He's only 26 and been to the conference finals 5 times, Hank. Like, come on, bro. He needs more development.
Who said that? The media?
Boston fans. That's how crazy that. He's only 26, but he's been everywhere.
All right, now I appreciate it now because everybody can't make it to the conference finals that many times. So many. Shoot, I know you wish the Atlanta Hawks made it 5 straight times, whatever,
Hell
right?
Yeah.
In the finals.
Hell yeah.
My Pistons, all that. And wish they made it too. It's just wish they'd done it. And I remember Joe Dumars said it. This was during the Go to Work Pistons run with Ben Wallace. He came, I think it was like the 10 or 15 year anniversary of the Bad Boys. He came halftime and said, don't, take this time for granted. And you see the struggle that we having now, putting a winning team on the floor. Like you got to enjoy the winning that when you have it because it's special and everybody can't do it every single year. So Boston fans need to take it, don't take it for granted, but execute, get the championship.
No, that's the thing. Like when you start stacking stuff on, like the more context you add for Boston, the worse it sounds. You're paying a guy $300 million. You're about to pay this other guy $300 million. Everybody on the team is 3-and-D players, but they're worse versions of each other. Y'all have been to the conference finals 5 times. Y'all went to the finals once. You got beat up by Curry. It is what it is. Happens to the best of us, right?
It happens.
You're going back to play a guy that's younger than both of your stars, but seemingly playing just like way better than them. and you're perceived to have a better roster. So if you go through all of these series, you won 64 games this year. You go through all of these series as the favorite. What you go through?
Mind your
Yeah,
business, Siri.
Right. as the favorite, on top of all of these players getting injured, and then you finally get to the finals and you play a healthy team and you fold. Stop.
I mean, I know they could run it back, but it's almost like you have to make some adjustments after this if they lose this. Either the coach, whether maybe the players or the coach or both.
What's
Something's
the
gotta
definition of
happen.
insanity?
Huh?
What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same result. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh man, but yeah, shout out. We can't wait for this to start. I'm hoping it's a 7-game series and all of them go down to the wire. Be great to watch as a fan. I hope the narratives is crazy. I hope they cuss Kyrie out the whole game and he giving the bird to him, and it's just great content for the for us to watch.
Luka let that happen. I ain't gonna lie.
They go to Dallas and they booing them. So yeah, that'll be awesome.
This is so random, but I gotta bring this up. Did you watch where they gave Luka the Western Conference Finals MVP, and the crowd starts booing him, and he says, "Gracias."
Oh, he's a menace.
Bro is a demon.
Luka's a menace. Did you see I don't know if he was going off on Snoop Dogg,
yes,
or somebody around Snoop Dogg's area. He started going crazy.
Yeah, he got I believe it was an N1 and looked at Snoop Dogg and started talking, and Snoop was just like,
no, they said he was doing it for the rest of the game, the rest of that quarter.
Oh my God. I ain't peeped the rest of the quarter, but I saw that.
I read an article about it. They said like it was either Snoop or somebody in the direction of Snoop was doing the handkerchief stuff, and then he just kept looking back. That's when he went on that 20-point quarter.
Bro had 20 points in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 3 logo threes in the first half.
What can you do with that? There's nothing you can do.
When Luka wants to send you home, you're going home. This is why I'm saying, like, I don't know. I just have too much faith in the Mavs right now.
Yeah, they're looking really, really good. I'm gonna rock with this Boston squad because I chose them, like I say, and in the narrative, they need to win. It's just they've been there too many times not to do it, but the Mavericks look like they're gonna take it. If they don't do something about it, they're gonna take it. The momentum is going towards their direction. And what are they? The number what seed?
Who? The Mavs?
Yeah, let's see. Do I have that on here?
They're the number 5 seed.
Number 5
They'll be the
seed.
first number 5 to win since like the Rockets.
The Rockets were number 6.
I mean, in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. That's another thing. You know, a team winning that deep in the usually it's like 1, 2, or whatever, maybe 3, but to go deep in that ranking, it's crazy.
It's because this West is crazy.
Yep. All right. I wanted to play this one last thing before we head out of me. I meant to play it. This is for the fight. I don't know if anybody going to watch that fight tomorrow. There's a little bit of hype for it. Let's check it out real quick.
Queensbury versus a couple of weeks ago weighed 223 pounds. So Deontay Wilder is nearly 10 pounds below the Bridgerweight limit. That's how small he is as a heavyweight.
Yeah, looking at videos of him training at the media workout, I'll tell you one thing, there is an awful lot of hand speed evident from Wilder, and he's going to need that. But the big question is, are we going to see shades of the old Wilder? Are we going to see that brutal knockout king tomorrow night? Everybody wants to see him back.
Look at this. Excuse me. Look at that size difference. 282 pounds to 214. Goodness gracious.
Wilder gonna get laid out, bro.
Zhang was throwing them things on that in that fight. So
yeah, he can't knock him out. That's Wilder cannot knock him out. And that's what he struggles with.
214?
Usyk weighs like 15 more pounds than him. Usyk.
That's crazy.
What?
Interesting. I'm shot. I'm rooting for him. I like Wilder, but it's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough fight.
Oh, Travis put a comment. You see that?
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah. What's up, Travis? I'm a Mavs diehard.
From
But,
Australia.
okay, but I hate the narrative that Boston had it easy and that matters going into the finals. They killed was put in front of them like the best dude thought. So yeah, I don't know if you caught me earlier. I said that to Cole when he came on the show. You can go through any finals team in a lot of playoff teams that made the run, and then you could find some, where you can say, hey, they had it easy here, easy there. You could discount their run in their championship. So the goal is to handle business. We just talked about boxing. The goal, you just want to win. You got to find a way to win. Same thing here. Doesn't matter what's in front of you, handle business. And even in this round, Boston, I know you're a Mavs fan. If Dallas wants to really win, they got to handle business. And it doesn't matter about their path of getting there.
We battled in the West to get to the finals, but Boston was cold all the way. I would then ask you, do you weigh every ring the same?
Me?
Yeah, like both of y'all. Do y'all weigh every ring the same? Because I don't.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Probably not. You can look at it, someone having a very hard path or the circumstances in which they won it in, all that stuff. But a champion is a champion at the end of the day,
I'm not taking it away from them. I'm just saying, like, you're like, it's a ring. Yeah, 2011 ring raised the most. That's what I'm saying, Travis. Like your ring is a ring, but
yeah, I mean, the 2016 ring with Cleveland, that's a great ring. What they came back from, who they faced.
2021 ring when it was down 2-0. Giannis them came back. Like,
yep. The path, I'm sure my Pistons and their path, the bad boys, I'm sure that path to get there when they won was amazing. They had to go through the Celtics and the Hawks and Milwaukee and all that, and then face the Lakers. So, the rings definitely, some paths are harder, but a champion is a champion. You got to execute.
Maybe small differences, but should they be the last team standing out of 30? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they still a champion. Like, it's tough no matter what. Yeah, they're still a champion, but it's like, bro, think of, like, this is what I'm saying, right? You could put asterisks on everything, right?
Yeah.
But can you think of a time in history where a champion literally faced every single team they face, the best player on the team gets hurt? Like, I can't think of that.
Yeah. It usually happens in the final round. I know people will probably like to discount that Toronto, but they handle business. Handle business.
Because you still got to beat Curry. Like, I don't. Yeah. You still got to beat Curry. I don't.
Got to beat him. So, one final thing, because it's on my brain, the Pistons. Did you see the thing with Rashid went back on Draymond? The 04 Pistons, we get the 2017 Golden State Warriors. Now, I've been on Twitter X myself, and I put in the comment section, Pistons win their era, Warriors win their era. Rules matter. Rules absolutely matters. The Pistons, and that 04 Pistons, they was not going to let you score. Period. The Lakers averaged 98 points before they got to the finals, and they held them under their average. Considerably lower.
How are we officiating this, BA? I mean, not BA, Hank. How are we officiating?
Well, the rules. I mean, they were able to put maybe more physical during that era. Of course, they changed it, and now freedom of movement. Now that is different. They definitely wouldn't be able to do some of the things they were able to do in that era. And I do think that if they came in 2017, too much shooting, too much freedom, they will pop them. But you come to 2004, oh, buddy, you got Lindsey Hunter, Mike James, Ben Wallace, Darvin Ham, Tayshaun Prince, even Chauncey Billups is gonna put a body on you and make you go where they want you to go.
You know what's funny though? Like, bruh, NBA players' logic is so bad. It's not even funny. So Rasheed Wallace is gonna go on to say like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna have Curry guarding Rip Hamilton. Like that's food. No, nigga, we're gonna have him in the corner on Tayshaun Prince, who couldn't put a goddamn coin in the bucket, bro. That's what we about to do, bro. We're
Who
not
Tayshaun?
guarding. Yeah, we're not guarding Curry with I mean, we're not guarding Rip with Tayshaun. Like, I
If
mean,
anything, well, number one, it'll be interesting if he did guard Rip because Rip and him play the same way. It's just Rip can't hit the three.
yeah,
That's the same offense. It's the Reggie Miller, what's his name, Ray Allen offense. That Connecticut runaround style.
Mitch Richmond,
Mitch Richmond, yeah, Mitch Richmond. He runs around the whole game. He makes you tired. Even Reggie Miller was complaining when he was playing. I'm like, he said the ref was like, he plays just like you. So it will be interesting to see Curry have to play defense on a guy that runs around all day like he runs around.
They is not guarding Curry. I mean, they is not guarding Rip Hamilton. Boy, you better. We're gonna put Andre on you. Have a good day. I'm not
Yep. And Andre gonna have to go to three different screens to catch him.
That's what he had to do in 2016, 17.
Yeah.
All that.
And he, of course, he was around during the era too, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he?
A little bit after with the with Philly.
Okay, yeah.
Philly, him, Kyle Korver, I believe AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people forget about their defense, and Lindsey Hunter can chase Steph around. Mike James can chase Steph around. Both of those guys were elite defenders and trained for it.
Have they ever guarded a guy that's that fast with that handle and that shooting ability?
Well, the shooting ability be different. The fast, yes. Shooting ability, no. You had AI. You had AI in the league, so you had to guard the fast.
Okay, yeah.
So as far as the shooting, of course, we haven't seen anything like that beyond. Of course, the closest thing you could probably say is Ray or Reggie. But again, the defensive rules matter because they can push them where they want to push them.
Well, I'm saying,
and they can get in the landing zone.
But that's the thing, though. When you trying to ice these screens with Ben Wallace, and then he gets cooked by Curry, I don't know what you're gonna do.
And ISO, well, they weren't ISOing like that. They playing man. They manning up.
No, I'm saying like when you try to like when you're trying to like what we saw Gobert doing, where Luka called for the pick and roll, and instead of the person like fighting over, he'll like try to hedge, and then they just end up switching.
No, they're not gonna switch.
Yeah, because if
Pistons
but that's the thing, they're going to have to. They're going to have to because he's gonna shoot it. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Because he's going to shoot it. If you don't switch and you give Curry a second, especially at like the top of the key or something, oh hell yeah!
He said this. They switching.
They switching.
Who's that team?
They switching the Rip. Oh my god!
Hey, I'm telling you, that defense underrated, especially with them rules. Them, Indiana was no slouch in that era either. They'd have a tough time with that Indiana Pacers team around our test on it.
Amen.
With the rules. Now we talking about freedom of movement. They might beat them by 40.
Who guarding Clay? But you know what I do though? And then cooking him. But no, what I do is like when we have situations like this where it's like, okay, this was the era where you could just like truck people, and now this is the freedom of movement era. I just meet them right in the middle, be like, boom, they're playing 2013, 14, 15.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect grounds for it.
And the other thought I had on this, they didn't get the chance to really. Well, actually, yes. Golden State the San Antonio Spurs did win a championship kind of in that era, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a new era. So it lets you know a team that plays a little bit old school can win. But also, I was thinking about a little bit further down the 17 or 18 Spurs when Kawhi got hurt. Remember, they were going to beat Golden State in that series. I'm sorry.
That was
when he got hurt by Pachulia.
I believe that was. That was either. I think that was 18.
They were going to beat them. Kawhi's defense in that series was ridiculous, and he found his offense at that time. His offense was going crazy, so
he had like historic numbers. Like
right, they was going to beat him. So it shows you a team that plays a little bit, old school physical can still win because you got a couple examples of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Shout out to Travis and allow Clay to shoot. He says,
"Oh, you think the Pistons defense gonna blitz Curry? If you allow Clay to shoot, you lose the game. That Clay specifically, you lose the game.
Clay again, freedom. He ain't gonna have the freedom.
No, he's saying like they help offer him to blitz Curry, by bringing the ball up the floor. You're gonna lose that game if you let Clay
I don't. They played a lot of man because their defenders was great. If you got to go look at it, Lindsey Hunter was a great defender.
I know.
So was Mike James. They would take that challenge, and then when they got, of course, if you beat them now, if Curry drove to the basket, you know who's waiting for him.
Floater
and Wallace.
Floater.
Right. And who?
Floater,
yeah. So the help side defense was, that's what Ben and Rashid was for, but they took it personal. But yeah, I do think even if the Warriors won in that era, it would be a lot tougher than it would be if the Pistons played in their era.
I just think the Pistons, and this is why like I was talking about the Minnesota defense how I have. I don't think they played like a team. Like I think their defense is great, right? But I think offense has just gotten so advanced.
It is. It's better because of the spacing.
Like they would play good defense on them, but I don't know if it would be as suffocating as it was like back in the day.
But you got the reason why I'm saying the Pistons are a little anomaly on that is that they had guys that can move with you. They can make the adjustments because you had guys like Mike James and I think Michael Curry was on that team. I think he was. Darvin and Tayshaun, of course, his defense was good. Rip could even play a little bit, and of course Chauncey and Ben. Ben is like a small forward masquerading as a center power forward.
Perfect matchup for Draymond, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but he can play the other positions.
But what year Draymond are we talking? Because there's years where Draymond shooting like 37, 38% from three, and now we're taking Ben out of the paint. So it's like,
he's protecting the paint, but he can guard them off the paint. He can guard all five positions.
Yeah, but it's like, but that's to like, I'm saying that because that's to like, let's say Draymond got the ball at the top of the key, right? Which was very common for them back then.
Yeah.
They got the ball at the top of the key. Curry running off a pin down, or whatever type of illegal screen they're setting. But now Ben Wallace is out of the paint because he has to respect Draymond's jumper. Like who's gonna stop that? Or what resistance do you think they would bring? Like with which player?
I'm not sure. I guess like the San Antonio could shoot it. They did lose that final, but they won 7 with the Pistons. They had Parker, Ginobili, Robert Horry. You see, that's what made them lose. Rashid not switching on to Horry, but I don't know. It's definitely a interesting thing, but I do think the Pistons would be at a disadvantage playing in the 2017s.
Oh yeah, they're getting cooked.
But 2004, I think they have way more of an advantage.
Their best years, was it with Draymond shooting trays? No, because they had KD, so they just asked him to be like a center.
He talked about it too. He said his confidence went down, Draymond, because he didn't really have to do it. He started missing, and he started getting disrespect on defense from other teams. But yeah, he was hitting. Remember, he almost was the MVP of the 2016 finals. He went
Yeah.
nuts.
But this is the thing, like for Draymond specifically, right? You cannot take them leaving you as open as disrespect, bro. You're on a team with Clay, KD, and Curry, bro. Like you can't take them leaving you open as a sign of disrespect. You're just not as good shooters as those other players.
Didn't he
So
almost
just
lose
shoot the
the
shot.
3-point contest to Kevin Hart?
He did lose a 3-point contest to Kevin Hart.
Oh man, yeah, he just got to work on it. But he did lose the confidence, you could tell.
Yeah,
because he would hit it, especially when he's in rhythm, sort of like Russell Westbrook. When Russell Westbrook's in rhythm, he hits it.
and his jump shot looked disgusting though. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
it does.
Draymond gonna find us.
All right, Travis, we about to head out. Thank you for joining the show. We'll be here every Friday. Sports Game Vision Sports Night. You see my guy Code here. He's on all platforms and was it 404.tez on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm either Sports Game Vision or SGV Talks. Please like, share, subscribe. Make sure to comment in there. It helps the channel grow, which we definitely want more of that so we can be out here doing this full time. But yeah, definitely, like I say, jump back on in and support the channel. What was you gonna say, Cole?
Oh, he said peace and love from Australia. Peace and love from
Peace
Atlanta.
and love. Peace and love. Yeah, I'm down here in Georgia too. So go to the Lake of Land. We definitely should be broadcasting some of these finals. You can get a VIP and watch it there, and of course chat it up with us in the playback lounge. You can go on the website and get the app, and then of course, like I say, just here's all the my fault there. The contact information if you want to reach out to the channel and support. Of course, like and share and subscribe. That's all I ask to help. But we will be back, guys. Peace.